said, only if you were probably with the government. He said, I bought this off an older woman in Tulsa or something, and said it's only got like 30-some thousand miles on it. And it was exactly, I mean, the running boards, the suicide doors, the flip down seat, the whole 9 yards. I said, why? I said, I've ridden a zillion miles in one of these. He said, no, son, you haven't ever ridden one of these. I said, yes, he was an older guy. I said, yes, I have. I said, my mom owned two like this. One was a DeSoto, the next one was a Chrysler. And he said, well, these were top of the line, expensive cars. He said, I can't believe you rode them. I said, I absolutely did. So anyway, so I asked him, he said, well, they were built for funeral, for carrying pallbearers, and then government, he said the government used a lot of them, and there's a couple of old films I've seen and that exact cars in it.
Wow.
And so anyway, he told me, so that's when I realized I was really living in style. I mean, they were nice. I mean, I remember,
nice.
I remember, and I can always remember the turnpike, I don't know, opened up, but I would ride in the front seat a lot of times, and Dad'd be driving, of course, have the old cigarette going. And of course, you didn't have air conditioning or anything, but he of course, the speed limit was 80 miles an hour, but he'd be running 90 or whatever, and Mom said, Florian, he slow down a little bit. And he, and that old Chrysler just never missed a shot, just boom. And I mean, every little bit, he'd slow her down about 80, and then pretty soon he'd be creeping up, I'd look over and be running 90, that old Chrysler just humming along. But so anyway, so those were not a hearse. I mean, I just straightened that out, but they were a very high-end luxury car according to this hotel. So there you have it.
They were nice.
Well,
They were nice.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, big old seats, like you're sitting on your couch. I mean, better than most people's couch, front seats and that big old back seat. Remember?
So do you remember or the Americans talk about?
I don't remember the car, but now we're back to the question. Go back to Grandpa. Yeah. Florian, I could. You guys will have to correct me, but did you not go fish? Did he not take you fishing sometimes?
Yeah, we went fishing.
I remember talking about going fishing, and I think that must have been special, probably because it wasn't work, and I do remember it was a lot of work. And I remember talking about it was a lot of work, and I think also maybe sometimes did you take snack? I know later we did, but took food to him in the fields. And I think probably because you got to go see him at that time, because otherwise they were working a lot. Didn't see a lot of him, so they were working a lot. And I can remember that she talked about it was a lot of working, and he was working a lot. But that they would take, probably drinks in the summer or something. But talking about that, and I know that was special. And I think probably meal times again. And I think that was because that's when you got to see Dad, because otherwise he was working.
Right, John?
Oh, I don't know. There's so many memories.
Give me one.
Well, while he's thinking, I'll tell you one more. Trips. The fact that they went to the family reunions, they kept up that community with the family, and I think that's why we all say that the aunts and uncles were special, and that you all remember them, that we all do, because I think that was important. It was family, and I think that really was really important, and I think that she liked that about her parents, both of them.
Oh, I guess I don't know. I think I can remember how proud he was when he built that first shed and stuff, I mean, that was pretty good back then.
The one just run the house? The one just run the house, or to the right?
Big one.
The
Big one.
We went down, and I don't know what year, it'd been 54, 5, something like that, but we logged all them timber up and took them to sawmill and built them. But, he was just a lot of memories.
Well, my dad always called me Katie, but I was not Katie. And I do remember something that's unique to me is he did like my piano playing, so I could always, like I said, get out a little work or do whatever. I wanted to go play the piano for Dad. That was his thing.
Virginia?
Did you get out of jail free card?
Pardon?
Did you get out of jail free card?
Get out of jail.
You get out of jail free card?
Oh, yeah. yeah, okay, I get it.
Virginia?
I just remember when we adopted Scott and we stopped back by there after they'd had a wedding anniversary. We went to Pittsburgh, picked up Scott, came back, and he had just a little bit of red in his hair, and he started crying because he finally got his red-headed grandkid. I don't know. I never knew he wanted one before. Also, he was very impressed that Lewis worked for the FDIC, and he commented to me, not Lewis, I bet I can borrow all the money I want now. And I'm thinking, so those are the ones I remember.
I remember getting the Christmas trees, and him sawing them off, getting them secured in the house, and also on Sunday afternoons, and I still recollect this a lot, we would go out and check the crops up there, Art Bacon's.
Yeah.
You just had to go do that every Sunday. See what was going on. That's what I remember.
And there were real jackrabbits up there.
Yeah.
I don't know where the jackrabbits came from, or they're still there
Well-
today, but they were up there.
There's areas up there and down south of Yates Center, down there south. Yeah, jackrabbit, but just certain areas.
Yeah. Okay, Thrilla?
What's this question here?
Got those dimensions there, Thrilla?
Okay, all the things they've talked about, and then one thing, he liked to make the wine. And even at the day when we go to like the Jacobs' funerals or whatever, they all talk about Florian Leis's wine. You always got a good. He had the best wine. And I remember one time he came in with a big tub of, if I remember right, it was either elderberries, elder blossoms. And he promised me, he was down by the barn. I remember he had the big tub there, and he said, if you'll wash your feet and get in here and stomp these all down, I'll buy you a new pair of shoes for school.
Wow.
Of course, I didn't get the 2 pairs. I probably got shoes, but that was one thing he told me that he would get me a new pair of shoes if I would stomp those things down.
All these things, but I think that he used to go on 4th of July. We would have to go out in the morning and pick blackberries and gooseberries, and then we would go to town and buy fireworks. And if we bought the fireworks, we would do that.
So sorry, Sorrel, I know you gotta leave. The next question, then you can leave just real quick. What was your best memory for your grandma, or your mom?
From my mom?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, just everything she did for herself. Sacrifice. All the sacrifice she made in her life for all of us took me back.
But I don't think we realized it
All
at
the
the
love
time.
that she gave us.
By God taught you to sew too.
Mm-hmm.
I remember the old style reviews. They dressed me up when I'd have to go up there too.
Go for what?
Oh, the fair style review.
Yeah, I got a trophy for that one year. They're a grand champion, yeah.
Yeah.
I got a grand champion.
I don't know half of the trophy.
Girls helped me out quite a bit.
you leaving or just? Yeah, you can come back down.
Yeah, come back down.
Okay, all right.
Oh, I don't know. I remember
Shut off fireworks.
But I like,
we'd all
I also liked when we
Load.
were fishing on Sundays, because we didn't go to the ponds. We went down to Owl Creek, and we would always have to be so careful because Owl Creek was so deep, and Dad was so concerned that we might fall in Owl Creek.
have your old cane pole.
Yes, really.
Now where down here?
Just down below the house.
That's what I remember. Fishing must have been really important because
Yeah,
I remember
because,
Mom talking about going fishing.
and then we had to go home and clean the dang things. That's why nobody in my house went fishing, because first time Paul went fishing, he said, now it's your turn. I said, if you catch the fish, you clean them. And that ended till this day. If anybody catches a fish, they clean it. Whereas we'd go in there and then Dad'd go in and get a let rest, and we'd have to go in and clean the fish. And I didn't like cleaning those dang fish.
Steve, what's your favorite memory of your dad?
Oh, I don't know. We used to load up in the wintertime. We go up in the woods and cut firewood. That was always a big day. And the first day of cutting silage in the Jacobs boys all show up. When we first started doing hay every year.
It got to be less fun all the time, don't we?
Whenever the boys were all down Bell and Hay with the Jacobs boys, and I literally had baskets of ironing to do because I was number 9, remember, all this ironing, and so it was hotter than heck, and so the kids, they would never have to buy beer. I mean, we had no extra money, so only when they were Bell and Hay, I think they had beer.
Oh, yeah, get a
Well, I
full beer.
don't even know how old I was, but I had all this, and I went in and got a beer and drank it while I was ironing. And I would have had to been pretty little.
Arlene, it's confession time.
Did you know that? Oh yeah, but I mean the beer was nice.
Did you iron faster after you drank it?
I don't know, but I kind of felt sorry for the guys because they wanted
Now,
this beer.
now I know where Derek got his deal one time. His little, whatever, when I first moved up there, went to the grocery store. He and we came out, of course, had a 12-pack of Busch beer. Set it there, and I got me one out, and of course it was about 3 or 4 miles back, and he said, so I had to go to the cleaners yet, and he got, I said, give me a beer, and he got out 2 cans, and he handed me mine, and I said, what are you doing with that? And he said, well, I think I'll have one. What's beer all about? I said, well, go ahead, pop it open there and try it out. So we went to the cleaners, and then by the time we got out there, and while he takes a sip or two, he said, this is like drinking pop, Dad. I don't know what the big deal is. So we get out to the house. By the time we get to the corner, he's like, wow, this is better than pop. So then we got the house. Of course, I didn't say anything to Peggy, and the house out there had a island in it, in the kitchen. And we get in there, and we're getting the groceries out, and Peggy got some music going, and Derek, he starts doing moonwalk, you know, that hands going backward and everything, and Peggy, of course, she's like, well, did you give him beer? I said, no. And then Derek says, no, he didn't give it to me, I took it myself. But anyway, when you mentioned your youngster.
Mercy's back. So Mercy's, can you tell us a favorite memory of your dad?
He wants to say something.
Yes, when you were bringing a baby pig that needed to be taken care of. Did you hear it?
It's really hard to hear.
Yeah, I turned it down whenever they were talking.
When he would bring in the baby
Okay.
pig.
There we go.
Whenever he would bring in like a little baby pig that needs to be taken care of and be fed with the bottle.
Oh, Okay.
And what about Mom?
Yeah,
Grandma?
let's do
He wanted to
you got
say
another one for
something.
your dad?
He's going to talk about Bloom's Spring Bear.
Oh, well, I was a ring bearer at Mary Branson and Zeno's wedding. And so, I don't know, we went out to the house after the wedding, before we went to the dance or something.
No, that was on Sunday.
Oh, on Sunday, it was after the wedding. Anyways, Ralph and Dean and all them had these coolers full of pop out there on the porch, and so I just went and helped myself while I got in the beer cooler instead of the pop cooler. I was 5 years old or whatever it was. I had them 2 handles on the screen door, yeah, that was short one. I went to grab the bottom one and hit my head with the top one. They took me in and made me take a nap after a while.
Okay, can we do your favorite memory of your mom?
Steve? Huey?
No, I don't know. There was way too many.
Just pick one.
I know one time we went to a wedding dance out there. I don't know whether it was one of the Paulies at Pond Mill. I don't know, I was about 17 or so, so I was that old. And Mom and I went there, and she got to drinking a little bit, and I got to sneaking some. Come time to go home, I don't know how the hell we were found, who that was going to do. We found it though.
I know.
That guy was at the St. Francis Hospital one time, and Dad had a heart attack or something. I was 14, and they told me to get in the car and go home and help take care of the cattle and stuff. So I got in that old Chevy and headed to the house.
14, good guardian, didn't you?
Yeah.
That's better sitting around that hospital.
All right, Gene.
There's just really too many. There really are. I know that Mom always had a warm heart for everybody. And I mean, we wouldn't have had piano lessons, we wouldn't have had this and that if Mom hadn't got in there and fought for us, because I mean, Dad was opposed to a lot. I mean, she just really put up with a lot of guff, and I think about her a lot when I'm there by myself anymore, and think how lonely it must have been, because I have telephone and friends close by, and she lived out there, and she used to say, I don't know why my family never comes to see me. And it was so sad because she said, I know people drive back this road all the time, and when she's in Carroll. And she said, I don't understand why they don't come and see me. And I think back in that many hours that she spent, and yet look how many she gave us.
Terry, what's your favorite memory of your mom?
I don't know if I can pin one down or not. One that I don't know if it's a favorite one, but she liked to holler at me early in the morning and tell me to come down and patch a hole for these guys' jeans. Yes, and that was just about, this time of the day? So in retaliation, I would sew the leg shut.
Terry, confession time? I don't know about favorites, but I am so grateful that she taught us to cook and sew. But mostly to sew and make the quilts and carry that on from our ancestors. And it could not have been easy to teach all of us to sew and sew well. Because in my quilt deal, there's people that sew that just don't care, but she taught us.